Hi everybody, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and sadly today is a very negative video. A broker has just taken $5,000 out of one of my trading accounts. Please watch this entire video for full details of this event, because I'm going to be asking you for help at the end of the video. Forex trading is a great opportunity, but unfortunately there are the 3 or 4% of participants in the market who gives the market a bad name. I was lucky enough to record this event on video, and I have the logs of what happened as evidence. Many traders do not do that and are caught in the same way with no legs to stand on. I must point out that most of the Forex brokers in the market can be trusted, but there are the marginal ones that can't. We unfortunately knowingly started using this particular broker for a particular reason, to prove a scalping EA on a live account using a particular price feed. So we anticipated a high risk situation, but nobody could have anticipated losing $5,000 in just over 2 minutes. Please watch this video. The actual event is very quick. It's 2 to 3 minutes and it's all over. But I will do my best to explain what has happened in quite a lot of detail to you after you have watched the actual event. As I said, this is in fact a criminal event, and going through the normal procedures could take a very, very long time. I would appreciate any assistance and help that you can give to give this event the impetus that it requires to bring the criminals to justice. And by that I mean simple help with posting this video on social media such as Facebook. This person has discredited the Forex trading industry tremendously and needs to be stopped from doing these activities. If you have experience in these kind of things, also please add them to your comments or take action yourself to progress the news about this particular broker. Right, so now we're going to have a quick look at what actually happened, and I must warn you, it happens pretty quickly, and one doesn't really realize what has happened until it has completely happened. As I say, please watch the rest of the video after the event where I explain exactly what has occurred. Right, so here we go. Hi, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and this is a follow-on session from the previous one that we had. If you can remember the previous one, we had an EA running on our demo account, which is the left-hand side one, and the right-hand side is our live account, which we've got an identical EA running on that. Now I see there's an error message that's just popped up, but we'll deal with that as we go along. But essentially the idea here is that the last time we tried, we could not get the EAs to trade, and it looks like this one has opened a trade. Right, so what we're going to do, all right. Well, it's a good thing that we've recorded this, because this is clear evidence of broker intervention when you try and use an EA to trade. This broker has just reduced the equity within less than a minute. The equity was reduced to by $4,000, and you can see the spike that was set into place immediately as we opened transactions on our EA. So this is a clear case of broker manipulation when using an EA on a live account. Now, I am so happy that this is a recorded event, because obviously we can now use this, and you can see the demo version and you can see the live version, and you can see how the account has been depleted completely depleted by the broker. Basically, he has stolen $5,000 right there, right in front of our own eyes. Whereas the demo account is just going off and producing great results. Okay, so and this is one of the dangers of trading live accounts with a broker that is not ethical. Okay, you've now seen the live version, and I can't believe how calm I was during that process. But staying calm during a process like that is critical, because the broker wants you to panic. You can see that I immediately removed the EA from the chart to avoid any chance of any other trades occurring, and in spite of that, there were subsequent trades. Also, you need to stay calm and download the logs of the trading session for future evidence and that type of thing. So panicking isn't going to bring your money back. You need to stay calm and collect evidence, and that's what actually happened there. Let's break down the activities one by one as they occurred. So firstly, we had two accounts. We had a demo account and a live account, and I'll just give you details of those. There was the live account that you saw on the right hand side of your screen, and there are the details of the demo account that was on the left hand side of your screen. Here are the demo account settings. You can see we used 5 lots with a stop of 4 pips. Those are the main inputs. The take profit was 1 pip, which is working pretty well on this demo account. We tested it for about an hour before using it. And here are the settings for the live account EA. You can see they also used 5 lots. Remember, 5 lots and a 4 pip stop. But at the time that I started the video, the auto trading had not been activated. So by loading the EA, it alerted the broker, and as you can see, the EA actually gives a message saying that the EA is disabled and that I need to click on the auto trading. But as you can see, the broker has already created the auto trading. So that is the panic that the broker created right up front. I was very confused because I knew that I hadn't activated auto trading, and yet the EA started trading. Now, these things happen very quickly and you don't always notice that at the time, but now I'm able to break the events down. So the broker, in fact, enabled auto trading. The expert advisor did not. Thank goodness we are using a highly professional expert advisor that does give these error messages correctly. So step 1 is the broker initiated auto trading. You will then remember that an error message happened on the screen, and I did not have time to read it at the time, but the error message was actually not a serious one. It basically said that an order has failed. The 5 lot buy entry had failed. Now that's actually a good thing, because then you would expect to see no transaction at all. But the reason why it failed is that the broker didn't want 5 lots to be traded. So let's move on to the next step. So remember, the first step is the broker initiated auto trading. The next step is where all the fun begins, because the EA initiated a sell at that level, at point 1. You can see there is an actual sell that is initiated right there. But the broker opened the sell down here, right down here, and spiked the price right down and opened the sell there. Not only did the broker spike the price down and open the sell right down here, the broker also opened the sell using 10 lots, not what was specified in the EA at all, which is 5 lots. They opened at 10 lots, resulting, and then after opening it, it moved the price straight up to just under the original entry, and that resulted in a $2,000 loss straight away within seconds. Next, the EA opened a buy at number 1, and you can see the actual buy transaction on the screen at number 1. But the broker decided not to open the buy right there, but to open it a long way away from this particular area. Remember, this EA will not trade if the spread is higher than 1, so not sure how, but the broker also moved the price up to that area to enable an entry over there. So a buy transaction was entered into at that level. Again, 10 lots were used, and this resulted in an immediate loss much higher than the actual capital in the trading account. If you look at the original transaction, it is in fact a hedge and shouldn't have resulted in much of a loss at all, no matter which way the price had moved. But because the broker did it in the sequence that he did, he was able to generate this huge loss. I then realized something was wrong, and I removed the EA completely from the chart to avoid any further transactions. The price then returned back to its normal position. At this stage, we have a hedge situation. We have a sell and a buy open at the same time. So theoretically, the capital that's left, which is $1,000, should be pretty safe. So just to remind you, the price had gone about 20 pips up, down, then 20 pips up, and has now come back to where it's supposed to be. The broker then realized there's more money on the table to be had, and he then closes the sell to break the hedge so that only a buy is open. So as you can see, he closed the sell to break the hedge, but the equity still remained at $1,000, and the buy was now open. And he did that for a purpose. He then pushed the price artificially down to create a margin call. And there we are, no more money in the account, broker's happy. If one then looks at the price movement on the demo account versus the price movement on the live account, you can clearly see that there was broker intervention taking place in a big scale. I've added the chart of the yen over the same period taken from the Telenex trading price feed, and you can see that that represented more or less the shape of the price movement that had occurred, but certainly did not show the spikes that were shown on the live account. So this takes us to the next question: what now? Okay, a little bit about this broker. The broker operates on a website called NumberoneForex.com, and we have done quite a considerable amount of due diligence. We've got a lot of emails confirming trading practices and what is allowed and what isn't, and what the minimum lot sizing is. We've confirmed all of that in writing. There are indications on the website that EA trading is allowed, and scalping is allowed. So everything seems to be allowed, and I think that is most probably the luring in. They have no problems confirming all of these things in writing via email, but when it comes to the actual trading, obviously there is a shortfall. So this is the website, and the contact details are shown later on in the video. Just a short note that since the last bit of information supplied, there has been an update on the History Center in the MT4 platform, so those two bars where they did the spikes were updated into the history, so that those spikes will show in the history in future, but they had to do a special update for those particular spikes. Okay, and this is where any help from you as the viewer of this video would be greatly appreciated. Firstly, in order to discredit this broker and warn others of their practices, please distribute this video to all your Forex trading friends and post it on social media so that it gets maximum exposure. I would greatly appreciate that. As an industry, we need these people to be named and shamed, and the more this can be exposed, the better. Also, please distribute the video to as many Forex and financial forums that you are a member of, and to as many websites that you support, especially ones such as the Forex Peace Army and so forth. The other thing that you could do is email the actual broker to complain about their trading practices. Make them aware that the actions are not being unnoticed, and the more emails they get, the better. Now, bearing in mind that this is actually a criminal activity and it needs to be reported to the financial regulators as well as enforcers of the law. Now, this has just happened, so I don't know who those people are, but if you have experience in this area, please let me know which parties would have the most impact on this kind of activity and on this particular broker. And here are some more details on this particular broker. You can get more on the actual website, but the website is NumberoneForex.com. The consultancy is called the West Valley Consultancy, and they in the Virgin Isles, and here they are the main on the same website. When it comes to About Us, they also mention that they are a European Union based company. And on the MT4 platform, the address given for West Valley, West Valley Consultancy, is in fact in Dominica in the West Indies. Again, here is an alternative website address, NumberoneForex, and an alternative email address. So there are the broker's details. Please warn your Forex friends and anybody involved in Forex about them. There is strength in numbers. Besides the social pressures that we're going to be putting on them, obviously there will be legislative pressure also being imposed. But the big thing is to prevent other people from using this particular Forex broker. Any help in this area would be greatly appreciated. So from me, Alex Duplay, Expert Forex, cheerio.